Alright, so what's good, y'all, man? You already know it's your boy, Red City Boy 23, coming to you guys with another video. So, first off, let me say shout out to Brian, Mr. Franchise Play. He was with us with the 2K event this year and last year. Basically, he's talking to the guy who kind of basically manages the 2K League, and he's gonna ask him questions. So we're about to go over this video and hear everything that we need to hear about the 2K League. Shout out to him for getting us the information. This is his video. So I'm, just basing off. Here we go.
Understanding.
Yeah, it's a great question. So first off, it's the NBA 2K League, and so kind of our two CEOs, Adam Silver and Charles Zelnick, got together last February and announced that we're going to start the league in 2018. And so since then, we've been working to develop the league. And so the first thing we got on board was we got our 17 teams. And so we're ecstatic about that. We quite honestly, we had thought we needed 8 to form a league. We had hoped we would get 12, but for 17 to jump on board for year one, we're ecstatic. And quite honestly, we were getting emails even as recently as yesterday with other teams who are interested in joining in future seasons. But we expect to expand pretty quickly because the teams in general are very bullish on this.
Absolutely. Now, I kind of heard I think you might have corrected me there, because so it's not the 2K League, it's the 2K League.
Yeah, the NBA 2K League.
Okay, that's good to know because it's commonly being referred to in some areas, in some circles, some publications as the 2K League, and I think little things like that are important to know moving forward.
Absolutely, and you'll see us in the upcoming weeks. You'll see us talk more and more about our identity and specifically in our logo and those types of things. So look for that very soon.
Okay, so when will the 2K League be starting?
So we're going to start, there's several different kind of stops. So first off, the tryout itself will start in February. So February of 18, we're looking to have the draft in mid-March, and then we're hoping to have players, kind of quote-unquote in camp in one of the 17 markets in the second week of April, and then the season itself would kick off in May.
Okay, so as you mentioned, there's 17 teams that are already on board for this first season. Can you kind of talk about or expound on how those 17 teams were selected? Was it a first come, first serve? Did they have to bid, or how did that work?
Yeah, honestly, how it worked was the good news is actually in many ways our owners actually led us to this because several of our owners are actually involved in other esports titles. So they already were invested in esports. They saw the opportunity, and it just kind of came together that it was logical for us to do this as well because we obviously have a very successful NBA 2K game. So 17 teams, all we did was we went to them and kind of told them what we were looking to do and asked teams to express interest by a certain date. And so that's how we got the 17 teams to sign up.
Okay. Now, the biggest question that I get from readers and subscribers on the YouTube channel is about the selection process, the player selection process. So can you break down how the players are going to be selected for the 2K League, like how the draft combine will work, and will the league feature walk-ons or some sort of free agency, and will there be trades? I mean, are we looking at something that completely mirrors the NBA experience on the virtual level, or kind of give us a little bit of guidance in that area?
It's a lot of great questions. One question. So listen, first off, all we can say is that we're working with, 2K is incredible. Their development team is working with us very closely to develop that tryout environment. And so the one thing we can definitely tell players is we're going to create an environment that's going to strip out any type of advantages for any particular player. We want to make sure it's on a level playing field. So as a result, we're going to create kind of a pristine environment for players to try out in. That way, the only differentiator is going to be their personal skills. But in terms of other things they need, all they need to do right now is work on their game, quite honestly. They should be grinding and playing the 2018 game that's coming out and getting their skills ready for February. That's going to be the true differentiator that's going to get them in the league or not.
Okay, so when we talk about grinding, when you say grinding to a 2K head, the first thing that we think about is going hard in my career or my player to upgrade their attributes and get them up to a certain level. Obviously, you can only go up so high, and then it comes down to stick skills. So, are players going to be responsible for upgrading their own player, or when the league starts, are they going to be given certain models that already have a certain amount of attributes? How will that work?
No, it's a good point. And imagine for a player that's used to kind of the ratings, imagine every single player is going to be at an 80.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every single player is going to be on an even playing field. So, what they do on their own with their own personal my career player is irrelevant as it relates to when they actually want to try out for the league.
Whoa, 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 whoa. All right. So, our grind, the player we're about to grind with, the one you want to use for Pro-Am doesn't transfer to the E-League. We're going to be playing with an 80 overall player. Everyone's going to be playing with an 80 overall player, guys. So, that just changed everything. That changed everything. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that idea, to be honest, because it's like, bruh, shooting. I don't know. Let's just listen to the rest of this. Let's listen to the rest of this.
We're strict. We don't want to have it where you can actually buy attributes or make yourself faster or a better jumper or a better shooter based on what you purchase. We have to strip all that out for the tryout.
Got it. Now that makes a lot of sense, and it actually should be music to the ears of some of the people who have expressed some concerns about how they will be evaluated in this process. Because there are some people who are a little bit worried about not being able to be considered because they maybe haven't leveled their player up to that, to a certain level. Now, once the league starts, though, will they be using their own personal my players, or will it still be using something based off of like an 80?
No, so when the league starts, it'll be that level playing field.
Okay.
The one thing I can tell you is it'll be 5-on-5, and the players will be playing with avatars that they control. This is not going to be them. It's not going to be LeBron versus Steph.
Right.
It's going to be 5-on-5. It's their own virtual player. So quite honestly, it's not going. They're not going to be bringing their current player into the league.
Okay, got it. That's a.
The other thing I would say too is, I often have potential players that are tweeting me highlights or are concerned that should they be working with an agent. All they need to worry.
Oh, hold up, he lost connection.
To worry about.
Got it. I mean, and this is
lost that
old information right now, based off of some of the questions and inquiries that we're seeing and hearing across the board here. Can you talk anything about playoff or postseason or championship structure once the league actually gets going? I mean, are we gonna, I know there's 17 teams, so obviously you're not gonna probably won't have 16 playoff spots like we do in the real NBA. Do you know anything about how that structure is gonna work?
Yeah, so some of the details are still a little bit TBD because we're still in discussions on media rights. It may have schedule implications. The one thing I can tell you though is that the season will start in May. It'll run through August, roughly the third week of August. So we would expect it to be a combination of regular season games and tournaments. And obviously and certainly we're going to have a playoffs. The last 2 weeks of the season as currently scheduled are going to be a playoff. But in all likelihood, we're thinking it's an 18 playoff.
Got it.
We honestly, that's the scheduling piece is important. We definitely want to incorporate kind of the best of esports and the best of the NBA. So we really want to learn from both and kind of create something that the community is going to be excited about.
Got it. Now, you were talking about scheduling, which comes, which obviously brings me or kind of leads me to a thought about travel and that sort of thing. So can you talk a little bit about the lifestyle of an NBA 2K league player? Like, what can you envision a typical day looking like for someone that's fortunate enough to call themselves a NBA 2K player?
Yeah, so it's a great question. So if a player is fortunate enough to be selected by one of the 17 franchises, they're going to be playing in that marketplace. So For sake of discussion, let's say you're drafted by Sacramento, or you're drafted by New York. You would spend the week practicing with your team, playing in your gaming house, your practice house in Sacramento. And the great thing about that is you'll have access to Kings facilities, whether it's your gaming house, maybe you have access to NBA facilities that the NBA players are used to using. So that's the one thing we think, and one of the many things we think we're bringing to the table is our NBA teams have incredible facilities and support, and so I would expect our athletes to be treated incredibly well. And then as it relates to game nights, so on game nights, we're actually going to fly players into a central studio or two. So we're not, maybe we have an East Coast studio, West Coast studio, maybe we have one central studio. We're going to host all games, all regular season or tournament games in a central studio or two.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, will there be live audiences on hand in those studios?
Potentially, for example, most of the studios we have looked at, have a small studio audience, maybe a couple hundred people. So we likely would have something like that. But it's that honestly, that's not determined yet.
Okay. Now, I read some information on player salaries before, but can you break down what an NBA 2K League player will be able to earn as a somewhat of a base salary?
Sure. And so, great question. So, one thing I can tell you is, we haven't finalized it yet, but it's going to be a very competitive salary with the rest of esports. Other big things we're going to offer.
Oh my gosh, not again, bro. The breakout, bro.
Have access to, they'll be provided housing by their team. And certainly they'll have, potentially have access to, things such as their NBA team facilities as well. And then above and beyond that, as is incredibly endemic to esports, is if we have tournaments or the playoffs, we're certainly going to earmark the chance to earn more compensation that way based on performance.
Okay, how about things like endorsements? Will 2K and NBA have some sort of built-in platform that's similar to what the UFC has, like with Reebok, or will players be able to negotiate some of the things on their own? Like you mentioned one thing that I think is kind of leads me away from this thought that they won't be actually using their signature my players in the game, but the game allows you to kind of customize certain things. You can wear certain sneakers and that sort of thing. Do you envision something down the road where maybe players are able to get endorsements from real sneaker companies and able to virtually wear those sneakers in the game?
So, great question. So, first of all, I want to make sure I didn't misspeak earlier. So, players might be able to bring forward their look of their player from they're playing with now. It's just, if they get their player up to a 97 rating, they can't bring that in.
Got it.
That's what I meant.
Got it.
I'm sorry about that. I misspoke earlier. But in terms of endorsements, the important thing to know is, and this is where kind of our NBA background, I think, comes to benefit us. What we want to do is we want to help our players become stars. We want to make them celebrities. We want to make them as big as possible. And so we certainly want to encourage them to have opportunities to kind of build upon that and build themselves no different than you would see our NBA players do. So we would expect a couple things. We would expect them to potentially work with our team sponsors, potentially league sponsors. And listen, I think there'll be opportunity for players to also, to have marketing deals outside of that, no different than an NBA player.
Great. I think that is absolutely awesome news there. That players will be able to capitalize on their own star level, which is a great thing. It's obviously something that the real NBA does, and quite honestly, the best sports organizations allow you to do that. So that's great. Now, this is actually my last question, Brendan. Obviously, we don't anticipate having any issues with behavior from players in or out of competition. But can you talk a little bit about what you expect from players in regards to their own professionalism during contests and on social media and that sort of thing?
All I would say more broadly is, we want our players to hold themselves to a high standard, no different than we do with our NBA players. So certainly we'll have, we'll install some sort of guidelines for player behavior. But, obviously the players are representing themselves. They're representing the 2K brand. They're representing the NBA brand. So we're going to hold that. It's going to be a high level in terms of just who they're representing, and more importantly, they're representing themselves. So if they want to be professional athletes, I would hope that they'd want to represent themselves kind of, in a public fashion in a responsible way.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, that's all I have, Brendan. I think that you have shed an abundance of light on this situation. I think it's something that that prospective NBA 2K League players should be excited about, and I think they should walk away from this with more direction and understanding about what it will take in order for them to be a part of this.
Great, hey, Brian. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Absolutely, Brendan. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
All right, take care.
All right.
All right, y'all. So that's all the news that you wanted to hear for the 2KE League, man. That's everything. Shout out that man, Brian, for this, man. He really looked out with all these questions he asked. Make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna lie, I really don't agree with the whole idea of playing with an 80 overall. That's my biggest thing. It's dope that we're going to have, basically they're going to treat us like NBA players. We're representing the brand of the NBA, and we're representing ourselves, and we're representing 2K. So I like the idea that, they're like giving us the ability to have the, go to the NBA facilities and be where the NBA players are. They're basically treating us like we're them. Okay. It's going to be very interesting to see where this goes and how it plays out. I'm very curious to see how this whole 80 overall is going to work. Like, are we going to play with the 80 overall that they want us to play with? Or, what's it going to be? Because, listen, an 85-3 is 40% shooting, right? And what would that be for 80 overall to try out? You know what I mean? Like, how would that turn out? I don't know, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I told you guys I'm going to keep dropping news on all the important information you guys are going to want to hear. Shout out to Brian. Shout out to Brian for this video. I appreciate y'all. You already know it's your boy. I'm signing out.